Hello, and welcome to Retro Tech Repair. The video you're about to see was first shot in December as a Christmas charity giveaway. I hope that you enjoy as we repair and restore a vintage Casio keyboard from the 1980s. Let's get started. We're doing something a little bit different in two ways really, not just because we're looking at a keyboard today, but also because I am going to try and repair this broken keyboard. I believe it's broken, and then I'm going to donate it to a local charity shop. I bought this keyboard on eBay as part of a lot of 2 keyboards, so I thought maybe it would be nice to be able to give this to charity if I can get it working, so that they can then go ahead and sell it, maybe get a little bit of money, and more importantly put it into the hands of a kid who could enjoy it. You never know, the next Liberace could learn to play on this keyboard. So first of all, let's put some batteries in and see if it is working. Double A's. I think when I bought these on eBay, and I may take a look at the listing later if we get the chance, when I bought this on eBay, it was, I don't think it was untested or tested, I think it was just a lot of 2 keyboards. Nothing. No sound coming out of this at all. Let's turn the volume all the way up just in case. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and run this off a power supply. It does have an external jack. And that external jack, I don't know if you can make that out, is 7.5 volts. So we'll take the batteries out. I noticed straight away, actually, if you can see in there is some corrosion on those battery terminals, so we may just be looking at a leaking battery. This damaged the terminals and the connection might be bad, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do now is, if I can find it, I'll zoom out so we can get that in. There we are. This is a barrel jack which has little terminals on the end, so you can connect it up there. So this is going to go into our keyboard, but first of all I'm going to set the power supply so that we can get this at 7.5 volts. No, still nothing. I think unfortunately we're going to have to open this one up, see what's going on inside. There it is, I'm missing one. Alright, I think that should be that. Let's take a look. There we go. I do see straight away, as we come in here, that there is quite a lot of corrosion on the battery compartment. Some leakage and some marks there. I think maybe the thing to do is to just connect the power supply now directly into this and see if we have voltage on the board. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully I'm not touching a lead at the other side here. Nothing there. Make sure it's switched on. Well, that's promising. Seems if we get power straight onto the printed circuit board, then we should be good. I'm not quite sure why that DC jack didn't work though, because that comes straight in here, so I might take a look at that in a moment. So probably just some corrosion on these battery terminals is the reason for our problem before. Just a little wire brush here, kind of a pencil format wire brush that I'm going to use to try and clean some of these off. This spring's in a pretty bad way. Hopefully that's enough. Let's slide some batteries in here and see if we can get this to play. And get them in from this side now. Alright, good. I'm not sure why that original power supply test that I didn't work. Maybe I've got the wrong size connector on there. I might just hook that up right now and take a quick look. I'm curious why that didn't work the first time. Just plug that in there and turn it back on. We don't have voltage to the board. Let's take a look. There is definitely power going in here, which means that we're working off batteries, and we're working if we go in straight, but we're not working off of the adapter, which is not great really, because I'd imagine that somebody is going to want to use it that way. So I should really take a quick look and see if I can work out what's going on with that. So I've zoomed in on the board a little, not sure how clearly you're going to be able to see that. I have the barrel connector that I had before connected up to the board, and the ground of my meter is going to be connected up to the ground of my power supply. Alright, and then I see on the meter that I do have 7.5 volts at this spot on the PCA. And I followed that around. I have it in a couple of places and then it stops. And when I looked at where it stopped and the components it was going through, it's a diode. Now diodes, as you probably know, allow current to go in one direction but not the other. So in fact I became suspicious then that I had the polarity incorrect on this plug, and I think that is what has happened. When I look at the diagram on the back that I swore that I had looked at the first time, I see a negative center and a positive outer, and when I put my meter on I should have a negative center and a positive outer, and I don't. It's negative. It's the wrong way around, so that's probably why this wasn't working. And we're lucky that the keyboard had that polarity protection in place in the form of that diode, otherwise I may have done some additional damage. So they're switched around at the power supply now, and we'll plug it in here and see. Altogether more promising. But I think we have this now, so I'm going to go ahead and reassemble everything, clean off these battery contacts, and clean off the rest of the keyboard, ready for it to go to charity. Quite a bit of grime in here. Plus of course the corrosion from the battery. Because this is the interior, I want it to be functional, but of course it doesn't have to be spotless. You see how the corrosion's coming off from the leaky batteries there, in the plastics at least. So we'll just finish off cleaning up these contacts, the spring at this side first of all. Positive battery terminal. So we'll pop all these back in. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll pop a couple of them back in, and then we'll try it, and if that's a success, then we'll put the remainder back in place. Promising. So before we assemble any more, let's check out all the keys work. Let's try some drums. I wonder if it's polyphonic. No, it's four note polyphony. Let's try some demo sounds. Try a different one. Probably the best one yet. Yeah, we know where that one's going. Mercifully, the off switch still works. Maybe we should just try a couple of rhythms. Okay. Well, they have a certain appeal about them. Disco 2. Disco 3. And let's try some pops. At this point, I should confess, if you haven't noticed already, that I have no musical ability whatsoever. So if you're hoping for a demonstration of what this keyboard can do beyond playing the demo tunes, then you're probably not in the right place. But I will post a link in the video description to another YouTube video of somebody who can play and can show you really what this keyboard can do. Well, everything seems to work, so I'm going to get these labels cleaned off the keys, I think. That's probably too much, but never mind. Okay, now we'll let that sit a little bit, and then we'll come back and take those labels off. So our WD-40 has been sitting a couple of minutes on these keys. It's not softened them as much as I had thought perhaps it might, but certainly perhaps if I were more patient they would be a little softer by now, but they're lifting pretty easily really. Still some residue on a couple of these keys. That actually does come off pretty easily with this WD-40, so it's just a case of it penetrating the paper is more of the problem than softening the adhesive. So we have some discoloration, I guess fading of the plastic where the labels have been. So I'm going to give those a clean now, down with some Windex or Window Lean or Window Cleaner. Get the grease or the residue of the WD-40 off and give them a good kind of general clean. And then I might come back in a moment, see if I can use anything to just get rid of some of the colour differences where the labels have been on the keys, I should say. So here we have our colour restorer. I've had mixed results with this. If you've watched any of my other videos you will know. Let's try. Well, that seems to have removed the significant amount of the colour difference, so we'll probably try that on the other keys now. Alright, very good. It's brought a lot of the discoloration out. Come back in with a duster now and polish that off.
Well, that just about wraps it up for our Casio SA-21 today. Although I was late editing and posting the video, I was able to get the keyboard repaired and restored and to the charity shop before the Christmas period. The keyboard was donated to the British Heart Foundation, a registered charity in the United Kingdom who raise money to fund cardiovascular research, and who crucially take electrical goods and electronics at their charity stores. I feel that I've learned a lot in our video today, including the importance of reading the label before you connect up a power supply, and an appreciation of the engineers at Casio who anticipated incompetence like my own, and had the foresight during the development of this keyboard to build in reverse polarity protection in the form of a diode. Now the keyboard is complete, I'm excited to be able to donate it to the charity shop, and at the possibility that it might go on to be a nice Christmas gift for a child who can learn and enjoy and appreciate it. Surely a better fate for this keyboard than it ending up in landfill. If you've enjoyed our video today, don't forget to hit subscribe. And from me, thank you for watching Retro Tech Repair. Thank goodness.